privilege, yeah, whatever privilege you're
You,
currently enjoying.
yes, yes. So obeying the rules and discipline is very important in Germany.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, just that they be immediately delivered, that they're set in place, and that they're not arbitrary. We don't do it for no reason.
exactly,
You know why you're getting in trouble.
exactly.
Okay.
And there's no delay. You get it on the spot.
So that also kind of answers the next question, which is what would the characteristics and practices of people who are considered to be excellent parents in your culture? And it sounds like they'd be the kind of people who would have hard lines, would love and support,
That's
and
right.
also tell you the truth.
Yes, excellent parents. That's another thing in Germany. You don't lie. That's another thing that's a rule. And if you lie and you get caught, that's bad.
Right.
First, there are little anecdotes that your parents tell you, like there is that little boy who always lied, and
Cried
then
wolf, the boy who
probably he always fire,
Okay, all right.
and then there really was a fire and nobody came to help, and his house burned down because
Right.
he was a liar. He was known as a liar. So those little anecdotes, a lot of people or parables.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that is a lot of stuff that you get taught as a child, especially when you are in a situation like this. Then your parents or your grandparents tell you these stories, and that's stuff that you remember.
Yeah.
I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but that is stuff that you remember because you get it told at the situation when you are in that situation,
Right.
and that teaches you a lot.
And those were serious moments growing up when you got in
Yes.
trouble and somebody's kind of coaching you through
Exactly, yeah.
it. Okay, and we talked a little bit about this too.
And yeah, so what perfect parents.
Yeah.
Perfect parents.
I believe you go to earlier was in control, right? Like,
Yeah, but I see my parents as perfect parents, for example, because we were never rich, but we never wanted anything. We always wanted anything that we cannot have. Yeah.
yeah,
But
you weren't hungry though, right?
we weren't
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
We were never hungry, and so perfect parents, I would consider people parents that are honest to their children, that explain why they get punished or reprimanded, and have rules and enforce the rules, because this is just like with animals. And
Yeah.
then you have a much happier life when there are certain frames that you can move whatever you want in it, as long as you stay in the frame, and the parents have to make and uphold that frame, and then they can be loving in between. And it's not like every German is always super serious and stuff. We are very free in our family things. I don't know, is that a question about
No. I understand. Like, it's almost like if you're consistent with your rules, you don't
Yeah.
have to be mad because everybody knows what
exactly,
the rules
yeah,
are.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you can be happy because there's
Yes.
no reason to be angry as long as everybody's in the box.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And it is. I think I consider my childhood as super happy. I mean, we went out. The rule was come home before sundown, and wherever you go,
Right.
just let us know where you are, and then it wasn't as bad as. I don't know if it's so bad as people make it look here.
Yeah. Well, we talked about exaggeration. There's
Yeah.
certain groups who want to.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people who are like trying to sell you fear. Make sure we're still going. We're good. There's a lot of people who are interested in selling you fear in
Yeah.
our society. You need to be afraid of going outside, afraid of crime, afraid
Yeah.
of this, afraid of that, and it sells advertising. So,
Yeah.
that's one of the tricky things about here. One question, and this is around the age thing, which this assignment kind of covers, but it's like, what are the power structures in your family, and is age a factor in who has power? How are decisions made at the family and community level?
I would say yes. Age has a power structure. So decisions mostly made by the oldest,
Yeah.
in the family because they have the most experience, so they know what they're doing. In the community, so in Germany, there's very rarely that we have that elder system. So in the community, it's often that people get elected who are elder
Yeah.
because of the same reason, because they have the most experience.
Right.
So I would say age definitely has influence of the power stuff. Yeah.
When you looked at your local politics, is that what you saw with, like, I don't know if you had an equivalent position as a mayor or
Yes, but when I grew up, I wasn't really into politics, so I don't really remember.
yeah.
But when I was getting interested in politics, there were a lot of the new parties. They had a lot of younger, middle-aged people in there, but nobody was voting for them.
Right.
So when you look at the bigger political stuff, you have a lot of older people there, or let me say mature people.
Yeah.
So, but it's the same reason. They have their life experience, and you trust people with life experience more than people who just have great ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just because somebody has a good idea doesn't mean he should be in charge.
A wise person may know why it won't work.
Exactly. And
Right.
a wiser, older, experienced person might pick up that idea and build it up. That's okay. So that is like the younger people can come and start at the lower pace and bring influence, but they shouldn't become in leader positions.
You're right. You need
Yeah.
the temperament of age
Yes, yes.
to make. Okay.
So when I look at this way, then age definitely is a big role, yes.
So that kind of the next question speaks to that, and we discussed this before. And it was like, who holds positions of formal power in your culture, and who are the most powerful informal leaders. So the formal power in the culture would be
Elected people.
elected, the more mature, the more seasoned
Yep.
representatives. Like
And-
I look at Angela Merkel, like she has, and I'm not saying I know enough to have an opinion, but looking at her qualifications, she has a PhD in organic chemistry. She's been involved in international politics for 14 or 15 years. She's
Yeah.
exceptionally experienced,
But she's,
you know.
I mean, it's okay to be in the politics in the ruling thing for so long, but I mean, the 4 years that you have in America might be not long enough to make a change.
Make a positive change.
So you have to kind of hope that whoever gets in there gets a second term.
Yeah.
But I think Merkel is in there way too long.
You think you need some fresh blood?
Yeah, I think she's kind of in a rut and stuck in the. So she needs to be a little more. So I would say like 15 years should be the maximum.
That's as long as we want one person at the helm.
Yeah,
We
that's
need
what
to-
my personal opinion
Yeah,
is.
yeah, and like I said, I don't know enough about politics in the EU
Yeah.
to be able to judge it. I just know that when I look at her qualifications as an individual, she seems exceptionally intelligent.
Yes, she
Alright.
is. But like I said, now she's getting to an age where she's getting stubborn.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
you're right. And then personality comes in. Well,
Yeah.
I decided this. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand that. A little switch for the next one. What is your concept of health? What are customary health practices and beliefs? Who is responsible for and influences healthcare? Do you use home or folk remedies, a healer, shaman, or some other traditional spiritual healer?
Okay, in Germany there are a lot of home remedies that you go before you see a doctor.
Okay.
So you first look, what can I do? What do I have here? What kind of herbs do I have here? Or what kind of herbs concentrates do you sell? Everybody available. And that's what you do first before you run to the doctor. We don't run to the ER for a cold
Yeah.
like they do here. This is a waste of resources. So if we have a cold, we cannot handle it by ourselves or with over-the-counter stuff, then we see a doctor and get some prescription. But it doesn't have to be in the emergency room. We go to the doctor on Monday morning and wait for 20 hours.